Welcome back, beautiful people. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. I am your host, Xen Sams. Now, coming up in a few, we have Carmelia Ray, matchmaker and a life coach. She's going to be joining us. Gary Fowler, artificial intelligence crypto expert, and Shahal Khan, CEO and founder of Tempest Network, on My Digital World segment to discuss the celebrity crypto craze. Now, as Hollywood collides with crypto hysteria, what could possibly go wrong, one would ask? Well, celebrities like Spike Lee are pitching crypto related brands, and does it really do the industry any favor? 3 decades ago, director Spike Lee made Nike's Air Jordan ads a cultural phenomenon. The premise was simple. Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player ever, used these shoes and put his name on them. So if they were good enough for him, they were definitely good enough for you. And now recently, Spike appeared in another ad. The Oscar-winning director campaigning for CoinCloud, a company that makes kiosks for buying and selling cryptocurrency. And according to Spike, old money is not going to pick us up. It pushes us down. The digital rebellion is here. Now, he isn't the first celebrity to jump on the cryptocurrency bandwagon. Influencers like Kim Kardashian and Jake Paul have done paid ads on social media. Actors like Neil Patrick Harris and Alec Baldwin have appeared in ads for CoinFlip and eToro. And over the last few years, Steven Seagal, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and DJ Khaled were charged with promoting crypto without disclosing that they were paid to do so. The celebrity hype machine, particularly around a still very infant industry, if you ask me, that's not even well understood by mainstream customers, harkens back to the dot-com bubble when celebrities like Anna Kournikova and Shaquille O'Neal shilled for websites that soon went, well, belly up. Joining me now on our segment is Shahal Khan, CEO and founder of Tempest Network, a Burkan World project, Gary Fowler, award-winning serial entrepreneur, recently named one of 10 top global executives, and he's also authored over 140 articles. And of course, the lovely and incredible Carmelia Ray, host of Mom versus Matchmaker, an award-winning reality TV show with 4 seasons distributed over 85 countries. And as a millionaire matchmaker and an advisor to some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, she believes that your network equals your net worth. And today, she is here to help us make sense of this crypto craze and if it's a right match for you. Welcome to the show, my beautiful friends.
Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
All right. Well, Carmelia, let's start off with you. And, you know, we're going to take it back to a woman by the name of Cleve Messidor, who leads the National Policy Network of Women of Color in Blockchain, cautions big name spokespeople against jumping at the hype. She says, unfortunately, some Black and brown celebrities, athletes, and prominent figures are making endorsements driven by FOMO, fear of missing out. And she claims they don't have a clear understanding of how vast, how dynamic, and how complex this industry is. What do you say to that, Carmelia?
You know, it's this, as with blockchain and crypto, a lot of people do not have enough knowledge about it, myself included. I started getting interested in crypto and really self-educating about a year ago. And so when you've got celebrities and who are, you know, endorsing products and who are influencing decisions, it's problematic because you don't know if they're actually giving great financial advice. I mean, these are not experts. They're being paid by companies and they're profiting from their suggestions and their influence. So I think it's really important. I'm not sure if it's related particularly just to celebrities of color or people of color, as you've mentioned in this particular quote, but I do think it's important for people before they invest and before they choose to do something to really do their research and get real advice, digital currency advice, wherever you get that, from the appropriate parties and not from a celebrity. As much as I love celebrities, unless those celebrities as well are very knowledgeable and they have the knowledge and ability to be able to advise people.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Shahal, are you there? Can you hear us? All right, then I'll put the question to Gary. Gary, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I can. And sorry to come on sort of impromptu walking around, but
It's okay.
I just
Always
happen
happy
to
to
be in a
have you
very
on. Always
quick.
happy to have you on. We have about 9.5 seconds, 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in this segment. So, Shahal,
But shoot,
this question is for you. Crypto's complexity isn't easily conveyed in a commercial, and hence Spike Lee bellowing, "Do your own research" for CoinCloud. That kind of oversimplification led to a backlash against Lee's spot. Some viewers questioned his claim that crypto is a financially liberating option for people of color. CoinCloud says more than 60% of its workforce is Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And according to a 2021 study, the average cryptocurrency owner is a 38-year-old white male whose yearly salary is $111,000. What do you say to this, Shahal?
yeah, so I think, crypto so far has been a realm for extremely technical people, and then people that are already used to using sophisticated methods of investing. And it hasn't been able at the moment to be sort of democratized in its meaning, simplification of use, that the general, population in the world would like to have as in terms of understanding it, using it on various platforms. And I know that there is this horrible FOMO feeling with everybody else because they're hearing in the media about people making millions and millions of dollars, and how do you get into these pre-ICOs or these coin offerings, and most people just don't know, and they make the mistake of going onto these exchanges, just sort of trying to go to buying meme coins and really making a lot of mistakes and losing money, just because this small sort of really technical group of people are always the one leading the pack. And we need to change that. We need to simplify crypto. We need to make it as simple as people that understand how to buy and sell stocks or use their digital bank accounts to save money or to make investments, through their brokerages these days. Like Robinhood oversimplified, trading, for example. So we need to get crypto to that degree of not only KYC and due diligence, so people understand what they're buying, and it has to be a safe mechanism, but also how they're able to enter into this. So it's not just a game for people that are programmers or traders.
Yes, you're right. And you know what? That's something that you make a lot of sense when you point it back to that. And Gary, I'd like to get your opinion on the cryptocurrency itself being regulated. So to make things even more complex, crypto itself isn't fully regulated yet. It's still up for debate whether something is a security or not a security, and the final interpretation by regulators will dictate how it could be marketed and advertised and what the rules are. This poses a lot of reputational risks for celebrities that are part of these campaigns. What do you say to that?
Well, whenever you have these emergent, exciting technologies come out, people jump on the bandwagon. I mean, think about it. Years ago, we were selling pet rocks and people made them really exciting. And there was a craze. So, I mean, but at the same time, our world's fundamentally changing. The digital transformation's upon us, and we are going to change our lives. This COVID has really, if you look at it, McKinsey said before COVID, 93% of the companies worldwide were going to go through the digital transformation. In order to be able to contract business and do business, and here we are stepping it up again with the situation, we need to have tools like cryptocurrency so we can do business together. It's not going to be like it was before. The central banks of the world, of course, are concerned because they can't control the currency. Part of it is concern by people that have reserves. What's going to happen to the value of my currency? But what I say is that it's going to be evenly distributed around the world because intellectual capacity is evenly distributed and opportunities aren't. Cryptocurrencies gives us more of a level playing field. And you're right about it. There's a lot of BS out there today with some of the cryptocurrencies that are coming out. But look at the number of developers that are behind the currencies. Shahal will tell you the same thing. Look at the developers. If they got the right kind of developers, like currencies like Ethereum have, and with the Tempest network, there's an incredible opportunity to go for it. but you have to look at it.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. I'm just going to, because we have about 4.5 minutes left, and I want to throw this question to Carmelia, and it's about trust. And as a matchmaker, you are always advocating for people to find their perfect match, and this is not something that's far-fetched anymore. It's become a reality to a lot of households, this cryptocurrency. Now, do you think, Carmelia, that the trust achieved through the use of these celebrities in crypto is a healthy thing or not? Because this isn't Michael Jordan selling basketball sneakers. This is a lot. This is much more complicated than that. So what do you say to the trust factor?
I think when it at the basis of it, it's up to the individual person's integrity. You have celebrities in the music industry, in the sports industry, in television and radio and all of that. So it boils down to the character of that person. And if you're going to get information, it boils down to the trust, their network, their past history of making decisions and endorsements, and going from there. But I really think it's important that people need to educate, not just on the celebrity, and that the celebrity knows they have the responsibility that anything they say likely is going to be, taken action on because they have that influence. So to be ethical and responsible.
Great. I couldn't echo that sentiment more. That's great mom type of advice. Now, Shahal, can you still hear me? Oh, you're there. Okay, so this is for you. I was talking about the crypto-related brands, Shahal, that are thinking about using these celebrities to nab some quick hit trust from potential customers. In my opinion, would do better to look at how investment apps, look at Wealthsimple, right? They built a large, loyal user base over the last few years. The brand did invest in traditional advertising, but its primary focus was less about hype. It was less about hype and more about educating young investors on financial health and literacy. And when it did dip into the celeb spokesperson verse, it wasn't a flashy movie star, but very specific documentation and tools that were educating the public. I know you have a similar vision for Tempest Network. We have about 2.5 minutes left. Give me the lowdown on how you plan to use the Tempest Network and your innovative, skills to basically turn this into something that is a way of life for the future.
Well, Zen, within the Tempest Network, what we have is a platform that around 500 million people are already engaged through our partnership with a very large gaming platform. And this is where we're initially going to launch Tempest. So a lot, and this gaming platform has in it some of the top teams in the world in esports and gamification. That's really going to be our, let's say, our currency issuance platform from day one. So rather than following the model of utilizing celebrities to get a lot of traction in the media in order to get people to know about the coin and understand the coin from day one is going to be built in to a very large platform. It's going to have functionalities built into that platform where people are going to be able to engage and earn and then use the tokens that are given to them on the platform in order to transact on the platform, buy goods and services, and then seamlessly transfer their earnings into fiat cash. It could be in dollars, or they could even convert it into other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever else they want to do. So for us, the education part is going to be built in seamlessly into the gaming platforms that they're already used to using. And it's going to be as easy as using your banking wallet or your banking app that you have on your phone today. We've made it that simple. So we're not really going to have to educate people in terms of real technology and how to mine crypto or any of that complicated stuff. They're simply going to be doing the things that they're used to doing. Playing games is going to be the first. Later on, it'll progress to hopefully learning, education, and also working. This could be a way that companies now start to pay people for working online. So this is all seamlessly going to be built into this initially gaming platform, and then other platforms that we're going to associate ourselves with in the future. So really, we won't have to use celebrities to, sort of make us popular. It's already going to be built in.
You know what? We've lost time in this segment, but I wanted to thank Carmelia Ray. For those of you that don't know her, her name is Carmelia Ray. You can check her out at carmeliaray.com. This is My Digital World segment right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. You're listening to Gary Fowler, Shahal Khan, Carmelia Ray, brought to you by Tempest Network, a Burkhan World project. I'm your host, Xen Sams, right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York. We'll be right back after this.